Tommy Vercetti, one of the most ruthless GTA protagonists, and probably the most successful one. He's done some terrible things like terrorist attacks, flooding Vice City with drugs, and more. But he's also pulled off some good deeds, which are often overlooked. So in today's video, we're diving into Tommy's best and worst acts. 1. Rescuing Vance from torture. Tommy infiltrates a junkyard controlled by the Haitians to save Lance, who was kidnapped and beaten by Diaz's men after Diaz found out what Lance was planning. He fights through guards, frees Lance, and escorts him to a hospital.
Thanks to you! You screwed up real good, Lance!
This act of loyalty saved Lance's life and cements their partnership, showing Tommy's willingness to risk himself for an ally, without any immediate personal gain. 2. Protecting and helping the rock band Love Fist. Tommy assists the Scottish rock band Love Fist by protecting them from a deranged stalker.
I'll see Love Fist burn. Love Fist ruined my life.
And in Publicity Tour, he drives their limo rigged with a bomb, carefully managing speed to prevent the explosion while the band panics inside, ultimately saving their lives. He might have saved them because he's doing business with them, but at the end of the day he saved their lives, and that's a good thing. 3. Saving Phil Cassidy's life after an explosion. After Phil Cassidy blows off his arm while handling explosions during a demo,
Ta-da! Oh, damn!
Tommy drives him to the hospital in a delirious, vision-impaired state caused by Phil's moonshine. Despite the chaos and the risk of crashing, Tommy gets Phil medical help in time, demonstrating care for a loyal associate. Again, he might have saved him because he is his gun supplier, but saving a life is a good thing, and that's what Tommy did. Helping Colonel Cortez escape Vice City. When French authorities raid Cortez's yacht to retrieve stolen missile technology, Tommy defends the boat from attackers.
I'd be dead before I reach Jackie. Besides, I need to get my merchandise out of the country.
Need another gun?
You, my friend, are worth 10 guns.
That allowed Cortez to flee safely by sea. This protective act repays Cortez for his early assistance and shows Tommy's sense of gratitude and loyalty. Though I'm still not sure we can call it a good thing, since Cortez is the one who stole the missile technology and the French authorities wants what theirs back. But he stood with Cortez out of loyalty, and that's why I added it to the list. Stop! If you like the video so far and want to do a good action too, you can like the video, as it's gonna help my video reach more people. Huge shout out to Spidey, the member of the channel, as this kind of support really helps the channel. Thank you all for watching, and let's continue. 5. Showing care and protection for Ernest Kelly. Ernest Kelly, the foreman at the print works, becomes a father figure to Tommy due to their shared background in printing.
Yeah, my old man used to work on these. I used to spend the evenings with him cleaning the rollers. I was gonna follow him in his trade, but I lived a different life.
When Forelli Hitman attacks and severely injured Ernest, Tommy expresses genuine anger and concern, sending him to the hospital and vowing revenge.
I'm not angry with you. Get him to the hospital.
Tommy, rip that guy a new asshole for me.
I'm gonna rip him too!
So these were the good acts of Tommy, and yes, most of them might have been for his own gain, defend an ally here or save an ally's life there, but nothing just selfless like the ones we talked about in CJ's video. You're gonna see it popping here or there. But now, let's talk about Tommy's bad actions. 1. Blowing up a crowded mall to destroy a cafe. After taking over Diaz's mansion, Lance tells Tommy that some stores have refused to pay protection money since Diaz's death. Tommy heads to the North Point Mall to do a hit and run on the shop fronts to scare them into paying protection. But destroying the glass of some shops in a mall isn't a big deal. But what is a big deal is what's gonna happen later. Tommy and Lance impersonate police officers, kidnap 2 real cops, plant explosive in the Tarbouche Cafe inside the North Point Mall, and detonate it. All of that likely to extort protection money from the cafe's owner. This causes massive property damage in a public shopping center, likely killing and injuring civilians. 2. Robbing a bank and massacring security, SWAT, and policemen. Planning the bank heist, Tommy breaks into the Washington Beach police station, blasts open a cell to free a safecracker, Cam Jones, who's arrested for prior crimes, and he shoots his way out, killing numerous police officers in the process. These cops aren't personal enemies, they are law enforcement upholding justice. Tommy's assault on a government building to aid a felon shows his blatant disregard for the legal system. turning him into a cop killer for his own heist scheme. Then Tommy leads a crew to rob the bank, gunning down bank security guards, the guy who triggered the alarm, and waves of SWAT teams during the escape. These are everyday workers and law enforcement doing their jobs. The heist gives Tommy $50,000 but leaves a trail of bodies, all for Tommy's empire building. What I really like about this mission is how they casually call each other's name while they're wearing a mask.
Phil, hold down the fort.
Wilco, roger that.
Come on, Cam, the vault's upstairs.
Yeah, sure, Tommy Vercetti, I'm going up. 3. Stealing a military tank and killing soldiers. Working for Colonel Cortez, Tommy hijacks a Rhino tank from a military convoy, gunning down soldiers and guards who try to stop him. If not handled carefully, the tank self-destructs, but either way, it involves murdering armed forces personnel and stealing government property, potentially causing a collateral damage during the chase through the city. This act of grand theft and violence against the military is for personal favor trading, not survival. So Tommy doesn't just kill rivals, he kills police officers and military soldiers, the very people meant to protect his country. 4. Demolishing a construction site and killing workers. On behalf of real estate developer Avery Carrington, Tommy uses an RC helicopter to plant bombs through a building, detonating them to clear the site for Avery's scheme.
Now this is a development as planned, and this is the property that we're looking at.
You're trying to say this new office block is kind of in the way.
You catch on quick. Now I'm gonna head out of town for a while, and if that office development were to face sudden and insurmountable structural problems, then
As a civil-minded individual, you feel obliged to step in and save the rejuvenation of an important area of the city.
Where can I get more guys like you?
He kills several security guards and workers in the process who try to stop him. This isn't defense or revenge, it's corporate sabotage and murder to manipulate the property market, displacing workers and causing unnecessary destruction for profit. And I'm sure an explosion like that killed and injured many civilians in the process. Chainsawing a man to death. While this one was done against a criminal, which I don't usually add in these videos, since killing innocent men are worst, but this one stands out for the way it happened. Tommy hunts down and brutally kills Gonzalez with a chainsaw because Gonzalez leaked info about a drug deal. He chases Gonzalez through the streets, corners him, and kills him with a chainsaw. And you can obviously just kill him with a gun simply, but yeah, that's usually not what we do. 6, and the biggest one for me, is building a drug empire. After seizing Diaz's assets, Tommy uses the Cherry Popper ice cream factory as a front for distributing drugs. He also runs a counterfeiting ring at the Brent Works, printing fake money to fund his empire. Missions like Hit the Courier involve killing couriers to steal blades. On top of that, he runs a protection racket, extorting local businesses and forcing them to pay for protection under threat of violence. So he actively poisoned the community with narcotics that lead to a lot of horrible things, including death. And he undermined the economy with fake cash and terrorized honest people with his extortion scheme, showing just how deeply evil and destructive his actions really are. Okay, I almost forgot his worst action, and I just realized that 5 days later while the editor is working on the video. And that leads us to point 7, the worst one: killing random civilians in the streets. To earn the respect of biker leader Mitch Baker and secure his gang's help as bodyguards for a Love Fist concert, Tommy must go on a timed spree of destruction, filling a chaos meter by causing mayhem across Vice City. This involves shooting civilians, blowing up vehicles, often killing drivers and bystanders in the explosions, and engaging in shootouts that draw police and endanger the public. While the players can focus on the property damage, the most efficient way to complete the mission, and thus canonically implied, is through mass civilian casualties, as destroying cars alone isn't enough to max the meter quickly. This act of terrorism-like violence terrorized the innocent population for no reason other than to prove his toughness, resulting in unnecessary deaths and chaos without any reason, as if being the drug kingpin in Vice City isn't proving his toughness enough. It's widely considered one of Tommy's most morally bankrupt moments, showcasing his willingness to slaughter innocent people for alliances. And I could actually argue that this is the worst thing any protagonist has ever done. Why? Because it actually had no reason. He had no reason to keep killing innocent people who had done nothing to him just to prove to a biker leader that he is tough enough. Even Tony Cipriani, when he blew up a whole square, at least he did it to weaken a rival mafia. Still downright evil, but at least it had a reason. But for Tommy, killing innocent people seemed like a game for him or something. So yeah, I could pretty much argue that. All of this cements Tommy Vercetti as a true villain in the Grand Theft Auto series. One who inflicts far more harm than good, even by the morally grey standards of most of the other GTA protagonists. He doesn't just kill Ricardo Diaz, he supplants him, stepping into the role of a ruthless drug lord with equal, if not greater, ruthlessness. Tommy's grudge against Diaz stemmed from Diaz's attempt to eliminate him as a competition. Yet Tommy hypocritically mirrors this behavior throughout the game, slaughtering countless rivals, guards, and innocents to clear his path to dominance. In the end, he doesn't reform the criminal underworld, he merely replaces Diaz as its new kingpin. A cooler kingpin maybe, but as downright evil. But want to see me talk about more morally grey protagonists? Check out this video right there where I talked about CJ best and worst actions. And here we talked about Trevor's good actions. Thank you all for watching, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, huge shout out to Spidey, and I see you guys in the next video. Peace!